Tips for new bookkeeping business owners. What type of business do you recommend to market to as a beginner not knowing what is my niche? How do you have customers pay you? Is there a better route versus another? I have no credentials and experience. Where do I start? Who should be responsible for keeping the receipts of transactions, the business owner or the bookkeeper? Why do business owners need you? They can save money to do it themselves. Also, without trust, who's going to hire you and disclose all of their company finance secrets to you? What would be the best way to start fresh for a new bookkeeping client? How has everyone been most successful getting new clients? I have 5 clients for my small part-time bookkeeping business, but looking to take it full-time soon. I'm going to answer all of these questions that I received in the past week from people just like you who are trying to start and grow their own bookkeeping business. I have been running my own bookkeeping business for the past 4 years. I have 70 clients. I'm making $30,000 every month in my bookkeeping business. I tell you that not to convince you that I'm making a lot of money, but instead I want to convince you that you can make a lot of money. So let's jump right into it. What type of business do you recommend to market to as a beginner, not knowing what is my niche? When it comes to having a niche, I generally recommend have a niche in the software that you use and the services that you provide. So for me, I only do bookkeeping. That means I don't do payroll, I don't do taxes or CFO services, and I only work with QuickBooks Online. That enables me to be a QuickBooks Online expert and a bookkeeping expert. I might be able to get more clients if I offer tax services. I might be able to get a couple extra clients if I offer to do QuickBooks Desktop. However, my efficiency will significantly decrease if I'm trying to do too many things at once. If I'm trying to learn QuickBooks Online and QuickBooks Desktop, I'm just naturally not going to be as good at both instead of focusing on just one. Same thing with taxes and bookkeeping and payroll. If I try to do everything, I'm not going to be as good of a bookkeeper, which means I'm not going to be able to work as fast, which means I'm not going to be able to handle as many clients, which means I'm not going to make as much money as I could potentially if I just focus on bookkeeping, work really efficiently, work really fast, handle more clients, make more money. When it comes to having a niche, I don't have a niche in the industry that I work with. I accept everybody. However, you could potentially tailor your marketing content to a specific industry. Let's say, for example, you love real estate investors or trucking companies or restaurants or plumbers or electricians. You could tailor your marketing content to be specific to real estate investors. Maybe the majority of your bookkeeping tips and strategy is relevant to real estate investors or trucking companies. Or maybe you have your website and it's all about bookkeeping for restaurants. The thing with marketing to a niche, you don't have to pick every marketing platform and niche down on every marketing platform. Maybe your website is open to all businesses, but on LinkedIn, you're specifically targeting electricians and plumbers. Or maybe your Facebook is super generic. I welcome any and all businesses, but my website is the real estate investor bookkeeper.com. So like super specific to real estate investors. Or you don't need to pick a niche in the industry who you work with. The other thing I will say real quick, in the very beginning, I don't necessarily want you to pick a niche until you get several clients. Because imagine if you only accept trucking companies and a restaurant comes along and says, hey, can you do my bookkeeping? And you have 0 clients. Imagine saying, no, sorry, restaurant. I only do bookkeeping for trucking companies or real estate investors. I'm not going to work with you. That would kind of be silly. And the other thing, maybe you actually love restaurant owners. You actually love doing restaurant bookkeeping. You would never know that if you weren't open to trying new things in the beginning. So get 5, maybe 10 clients. And then if you really love a particular industry, then maybe after you get 10 clients, then you could start only accepting clients in that industry if that's what you want to do. How do you have customers pay you? Is there a better route versus another option? Real quick, before I answer that question, let me just say I have a ton of resources that I made just for you. They're all in the description of this video. I've got a course that I made just for you. It will literally teach you everything you need to know, and it's going to save you time if you want to learn everything in a clear and concise, compact course. And you could watch all of my YouTube videos and spend 50 hours researching on the internet, or you could simply just take my course. It's like 10, maybe 12 hours, and it goes through step by step everything you need to know. Check out all the other links in the description of the video. I got a ton of digital downloads, one-on-one consultations. I've got weekly meetings. Check it all out. Okay, how do you have customers pay you? Is there a better route versus the other? So I use QuickBooks Online to manage my accounts receivable. So I have all of my customers set up on recurring invoices. That way I don't have to manually create the invoice every single month. And it's easy because our clients pay us the same amount every single month. So if I have Billy Bob, the electrician, I quote him $400 a month for bookkeeping. He's going to pay me one time right now. And then the first of every month in the future, I'm going to send him an invoice for $400. And they can pay electronically via ACH, or they can pay with credit card. Just keep in mind, there are credit card fees and ACH fees. So a lot of people charge 3% to process credit cards, and a lot of people charge 1% to process ACH transfers. Sometimes I won't pass on the ACH charge to my customers, but I almost always pass on the 3% credit card charge. And then if they don't want to pay the credit card charge, they can just pay with ACH. If they don't want to do either of those options, they can mail me a check, but I strongly discourage all of my clients from mailing me a check simply because the mail can be unreliable and I don't want to wait 3 to 10 business days for the mail to show up. So I much prefer electronically paying me. Finally, I just set this up last month. So it took me 4 years to get this set up. I got ACH origination. So now every time I onboard a new client, I'm having them fill out an agreement saying that here is my bank information. I agree that you can withdraw $400 every month from my bank account until the agreement ends on the first of every month. So now I have ACH origination through my business checking account. So I can actually pull the money straight from your business, from your bank account. Just like whenever you get a mortgage, usually the mortgage company is automatically pulling your mortgage payment. The exact same concept. I had to go through an approval process with my business bank account. And now I get their bank information, I had them sign the agreement, and now I enter their information into my banking system and I can actually pull my own payment. So they're not paying me, I'm basically paying myself from their bank account. Strongly recommend, look into it if you haven't already. Somebody else asked, and by the way, these are all questions that people ask me on my YouTube channel and in our Facebook group. So if you are not in the Facebook group, definitely recommend join the Facebook group. And if you have any questions, strongly recommend drop a comment on this YouTube video and I will do everything I can to answer your questions. All right, somebody else said, I have no credentials and experience. Where do I start? The cool thing is you don't need to have a college degree, work experience, or any certifications to start a bookkeeping business. We are not CPAs. We are not licensed. We are basically just specialized office managers, or we're basically just virtual assistants or secretaries who just do bookkeeping. So we are really no different from like an in-house office manager or office administrator, except we are outsourced and we specialize in just bookkeeping. So there are no specific certifications that we need. However, I do recommend you should become a QuickBooks Online certified pro advisor if you have no experience. If you have your bachelor's degree in accounting, or if you have your MBA, or if you have 5 years of work experience as a bookkeeper already, you might not need to become a certified QuickBooks pro advisor. However, if you have no experience, I strongly recommend get that certification. That way, when you have your first conversation with a prospective client, they're going to ask you, do you have any experience? Are you qualified to do this job? You can say, yes, as a matter of fact, I am a certified QuickBooks Pro Advisor. And that's all you need to say. That means that you have passed the QuickBooks exam. It does not necessarily mean that you know everything about QuickBooks. You won't know everything about QuickBooks until you actually start working in QuickBooks, but it gives you a talking point during your sales consultation so that you can say, yes, I am certified, I am qualified, I'm a certified QuickBooks Pro Advisor. Other than that, I recommend look into learning bookkeeping fundamentals if you don't know them already. You don't need to get an associate's degree, or you don't even need to get a bookkeeping certification. You can take my course if you want. I teach bookkeeping fundamentals and I teach a full QuickBooks Online tutorial. You could take my course if you want, or you can just watch YouTube videos, or you could probably get a few textbooks and you could read the textbooks, or you could probably take an online college class. I recommend look into like an intro to accounting online college class at a local community college or an online college. If you learn debits, credits, bookkeeping fundamentals, assets, liabilities, equity, accounts payable, accounts receivable, income statement, balance sheet, if you learn those bookkeeping fundamentals, it's going to make you a much better bookkeeper, apart from simply only knowing QuickBooks Online. Who should be responsible for keeping the receipts of transactions, the business owner or the bookkeeper? So me as a bookkeeper, I am not requiring my clients to give me receipts. If I have questions, if they go to the ATM and pull out $200, I will ask them. I will say, hey, question, July 15th, $200. Who did you pay? What did you buy? But I am not requiring that they give me receipts. If they ask me to keep track of their receipts, absolutely. If they send me their receipts and ask me to upload them into QuickBooks, I will do that, but I'm not requiring them to send me their receipts. If they ask about receipts, I will always say, I strongly recommend that you keep your own receipts, but I'm not requiring that you send them to me. And if they do ask me to upload the receipts into QuickBooks, I might increase the bookkeeping fees a little bit, just because that is a lot of extra work. There's a number of different ways they can send you their receipts. They could just email them to you. They can upload them directly into QuickBooks, or they could have some sort of Google Drive or Dropbox or Microsoft OneDrive, and they can upload the receipts into the cloud and then give you access that way. Why do business owners need you? You as in a bookkeeper. They can save money and do it themselves, also without trust. Who will hire you and disclose all their company financing secrets to you? This is a two-part question. Why do business owners need you? Two reasons. They don't know how to do bookkeeping, and or they don't have time to do bookkeeping. There are a ton of business owners who are super busy, and they're really, really smart people, really technologically savvy. Like they have a computer, they probably know a ton about business finances and accounting. They could totally do it themselves, but a lot of people are really busy, and this is just one extra task in their business that they want to outsource. They want to focus on operations and sales and growing their business. They don't necessarily want to focus on the mundane administrative tasks. So a lot of people simply don't have time to do their own bookkeeping. That's where we come in. We say, hey, I understand you probably know how to do this, but your time is more valuably spent doing something else. So I'm here to take one extra task off your plate, reduce your stress. Now, the other side is that there are some people who simply don't know how to do their own bookkeeping. If they're not able to figure it out, they need to hire somebody to do their bookkeeping for them. So they don't really have a choice. They might have all the time in the world, but if they don't know how to use a computer, or if they don't understand accounting or bookkeeping, or if they don't understand how to track their finances, they need to hire a bookkeeper, because we need financial reports to file our taxes. The only way to get financial reports is to have bookkeeping. So the IRS requires that all businesses file taxes. So in order to keep up with IRS requirements, they need to have bookkeeping. Whether it's me or somebody else, it doesn't matter who it is, they need somebody to be doing the bookkeeping. And then second part of the question, who will hire you and trust you with their company financing secrets? That's the whole thing. That's what I talk about every single day. Bookkeeping is all about trust. Financial services, all about trust. And that is why I recommend you got to create social media marketing content every day to get your name out there, to get exposure, to get your face in front of these potential clients so that they can see you, get to know you, build a relationship with you, and then they will start to trust you. This is not a get rich quick scheme. You're not going to start a bookkeeping business today and make $10,000 tomorrow. I'm sorry, it's just literally impossible. It's going to take a long time. It's going to take consistency and commitment. You got to show up every single day on the internet, in live in-person networking events, wherever you're doing your marketing and advertising, you got to show up every day, get your face out there, talk to people, build real relationships, be a good person, be positive, be polite, be professional. If you do this for 30 days, you're going to develop the habit and you're going to get started. And then if you continue doing this for 6 months, you're going to naturally build a reputation and you're going to start to build relationships and trust with these total strangers who are more likely to hire you. That's literally the whole point. Okay, 2 more questions. What would be the best way to start fresh for a bookkeeping client? This is a great question. They're asking, like, somebody just asked me to take over their bookkeeping and their QuickBooks is a total mess. So what can I do? How can I start fresh? I generally would approach the client and just try to communicate the issue. I would say, hey, like, your balance sheet, here's your balance sheet, here's your profit and loss. It's got a ton of inaccurate accounts, a ton of wrong numbers. Your customers and vendors are really unorganized and everything is, just point out all the things that are wrong in their QuickBooks. Obviously be polite, be professional, don't be condescending, but just point out to them like, hey, your QuickBooks is really unorganized and it's going to take me a long time to fix your bookkeeping and your QuickBooks from the past. So if you've already filed taxes for 2022 and you just want me to do a 2023 cleanup, I actually recommend let's just start fresh. Let's just get you a new QuickBooks account because it'll be much easier and, more importantly, stress this, it'll be more accurate. That's what it's all about. These business owners, they want their finances to be accurate and they want them to be taken care of and done with. So you can stress to them 2 things. It'll be done faster and it'll be done more accurately if we start with a clean slate. Ultimately, it's up to the business owner. So you cannot force your business owner to get a new QuickBooks account, but you can strongly encourage it, strongly recommend it. I'm a big fan of starting fresh with a new QuickBooks account. You get a new chart of accounts, you get new vendors, a clean slate for vendors and customers. I'm a big fan of starting fresh with a new QuickBooks account. Okay, last question. How has everyone been most successful getting new clients? I have 5 clients for my small part-time bookkeeping business, but looking to take it full-time soon. So I have, real quick, on my website, I have a 30-day social media marketing strategy guide. Totally recommend, check it out, harrisburgbookkeeping.com/store. The link is in the description of the video. This is a 30-day done for you social media marketing strategy guide. I show you everything to post in the first 30 days so that you can build the habit of posting consistently on social media and marketing your bookkeeping business. To get started, most successfully getting new clients, it's going to take you doing sales, because right now nobody really knows who you are. More than likely, a bunch of people are not going to come calling you and messaging you and emailing you asking for bookkeeping services simply because you're brand new and people don't know about you. You don't have that online reputation. You don't have 6 months of marketing. So people don't really know who you are. So it's going to require you to reach out to other people. And you can do that through a multiple of different ways. You can DM people on Facebook and Instagram and LinkedIn. You can send them messages. I recommend find business owners, friend request them on Facebook, wait a couple weeks, let them see your social media marketing content, engage with them a little bit on your news feed, comment on their posts, reply to their comments, and then 2 to 4 weeks after you become friends, you can send them a message. You can say, hey, I'm a bookkeeper. Let me know if you ever need help with your QuickBooks, or some variation of a sales pitch. And then you can email people. You can find local business owners. You can get their email address on their website, and then you can email them. You can get their phone number. You can call people. You can get people's address, and you can send them a direct mailer. In the beginning, if you want to fast track getting new clients, it's going to take some outreach. It's going to take some sales. You're going to have to reach out to people. If you don't want to do that, that's totally fine. It's just going to take you a little bit longer to get more clients because you're going to have to wait for people to reach out to you. But if you want to make things go faster and get more clients quickly in the beginning, you got to reach out to other people.